Hello and welcome. Different intro for this episode. I'm going to paint a little picture for you. Picture this, if you will. A young, curious, handsome, inspired future paranormal enthusiast. And your favourite podcaster. Sat down to watch his latest favourite late-night scary show. Little did he know that he would be introduced to a new level of fear and something to give him nightmares for years to come. It was the year 2000. The time, 9 p.m.-ish. The place, the living room couch. The show, scariest places on earth. The other place, the Paris Catacombs. Cue the intro music. First, I'm just going to start with a little bit of history about the Paris Catacombs. The story begins in Roman times when limestone quarries were dug to build the city of Lutia, I think it's pronounced Lutia, which is now known as Paris. These underground tunnels expanded over centuries, forming a vast maze beneath the left bank. During the 18th century, though, the cemeteries were beginning to become dangerously overcrowded, with decomposing bodies causing health hazards, including foul air, and even some walls began to collapse because of it. So some buildings practically collapsed because these walls became unstable. So the foundations basically went underneath them because the cemeteries, pretty much all the earth was gone underneath them. So boom, came down. In 1780, the Cemetery of Innocents was officially closed after gases from decomposing bodies burst into nearby homes. I mean, I would imagine that's a lot like the abattoir smell now. In 1785, city officials began transferring bones to the abandoned quarries. The site was consecrated as the Paris Municipal Ossuary in 1786, later nicknamed the Catacombs, after ancient Roman burial sites. Bones were removed by night in black-covered wagons, accompanied by priests performing rites. So I would imagine they pray all the way along to make sure that they reach the destination okay, and to appease the dead. Now, initially a chaotic bone pile, the catacombs were reorganised in 1810 by Louis-Étienne Haricart de Furet, who arranged the bones into decorative patterns, because that's what the dead want, to be turned into an art exhibition.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now he added plaques, archways, and inscriptions like "Stop, this is the Empire of the Dead." He must have had a sense of humour as well. Now, during World War II, the catacombs were used by the French resistance as a secret base, and in the 1990s, illegal raves and underground art installations flourished. Now, today, you can only 1.5 kilometres of the 300-kilometre tunnel network is open to the public. Majority of it's closed off for safety reasons. Now, over 6 million Parisians rest in the subterranean labyrinth, including victims of the French Revolution, the plague, and centuries of city life. Now, there's one famous ghost that allegedly haunts the catacombs, and that is Philibert Aspect. Now, his story is one of the most haunting legends tied to the catacombs, and it's steeped in mystery and melancholy. In November 1793, during the French Revolution, pretty early on, Philibert was a doorkeeper at the Val de Grace Hospital. He entered the catacombs through a staircase in the hospital courtyard, possibly on a mission to retrieve liquor from a cellar. Now, apparently monks used to brew quite a bit back in the old days. With monks running hospitals and nuns running hospitals and stuff back in the day, they had a good stash of booze in the cellar. Some accounts suggest he may have been intoxicated, which could explain why he wandered so far into the tunnels. Guided by only a single candle, Philibert became hopelessly lost in the pitch-black maze. His candle eventually went out, leaving him in total darkness. He died alone, just feet away from an exit. Now, his body wasn't discovered until 1804, 11 years later, by cataphiles who identified him by the hospital keyring still hanging from his belt. So they decided to just bury his remains there, where he died. Where better than a catacombs to bury him?
Yeah.
I mean, he'd already been buried there for 11 years, so...
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense. No point disturbing somebody else's bones.
Nope.
Just 6 million other Parisians. They left a tombstone with the inscription, which I'm not going to read the French version, I'll read the translation. It's to the memory of Philibert Aspère, lost in this quarry on 3rd of November 1793, found 11 years later, and buried in the same place on 30th of April 1804. Now, according to cataphiles and local folklore, Philibert's ghost is said to haunt the catacombs every November 3rd, the anniversary of his disappearance. Some even call him the protector of the cataphiles, a spectral guardian of the underground labyrinth. Now I hear you ask, Robert, but why, Paul? Catacombs can't hurt you. Why did it give you nightmares? Well, let me tell you. In the early 1990s, a group of cataphiles, now these are people who illegally explore the catacombs and hang out in there, love the catacombs more than the above ground world. They discovered a damaged camcorder deep within the tunnels. When they played the tape, they found unsettling footage. It showed a lone man wandering the catacombs, filming his journey. Original urban explorer. At first he appeared calm, even picking up bones and examining the surroundings. As the video progressed, his behaviour changed. He begins to walk faster, then run, clearly panicked. The footage ends abruptly as he drops the camera and flees into the darkness, his fate remaining unknown. Now, the tape was later featured on the Scariest Places on Earth in 2000, the very episode that gave me nightmares, and was presented by filmmaker Francis Freeland, who claimed the man was never identified and may still be missing. Now, it wasn't just the fact that some unidentified individual got lost and dropped his camera, clearly in a panic. No. It was the fact that this was a tight space, so deep underground with no natural light that if you dropped your torch or flashlight for our North American viewers and listeners, don't know why I said viewers, listeners, you'd be completely in the dark with no way to navigate or find your way out, eternally trapped forever in the jaws of death.
Bit dramatic.
Well, that's how I felt at the time. Very dramatic. I literally did have nightmares about this for weeks. Not literal nightmares, but when I thought about it, I was creeped out.
Yeah.
You know, a bit over dramatic. But yeah, it's just the fact that when you watch the footage, the filmmaker, Francis Freeland, he goes into the catacombs with a crew, and they're literally climbing through gaps that they're so small that I'd probably get stuck looking at them, let alone climbing through them. And just the thought of if you drop your torch, you can head through, find an exit, but the exit's locked, so you've then got to backtrack.
Yeah.
And once you're down in certain parts, it's hard to get back up. I mean, Zach Bagans actually did a special called Neverworld, where he actually got into the catacombs and explored. And while he was in there, he went into a room and it was literally full of people just partying, having a rave.
Lovely.
So, and they met a couple of other cataphiles that navigated them through. And you can see there's a bit of unease. You can see that Zach's like, these people are going to murder us, dump our bodies down there. So yeah, it's
not like they get found, is it?
No, exactly. Yeah, anything. People probably do go down there, get murdered, and never found. Which is one of the other things that makes it massively scary. Other than the ghost. So there are some theories about the video. Some believe the man was spooked by something paranormal, which is the reason why he got into a panic, started running, and eventually dropped the camera. Others suggest he became disorientated, possibly suffering from claustrophobia or hypothermia. I'd imagine it's not very warm down there.
No.
But then it could be really warm because it's underground. Who knows? Skeptics also argue that the footage may have been a hoax inspired by the popularity of the Blair Witch Project. And this story inspired the film As Above, So Below, which we've seen.
Yep.
Was an okay film. It wasn't the best, but it was okay.
I mean, there was nothing that really stood out from it that you can think back and think, oh yeah, I really like that particular part.
There's nothing that makes nothing I really like and think back and think, oh, I remember that film, apart from the ending where they climb out into the street.
Yeah.
I think there's ghosts in it. I mean, a lot of people do die. Not sure, actually, I can't remember. I really can't remember. I'll have to rewatch the film. It's been a while since I've watched it. So, despite the mystery, no one has ever come forward to claim the tape, and the identity of the explorer remains unanswered. There are legends that say after midnight, the walls begin to whisper, and disembodied voices allegedly lure explorers deeper into the maze, causing them to lose their way forever. And now, in 2004, police stumbled upon a hidden area where a bar, a cinema, and living quarters were all wired with pirated electricity. There was a PA system playing guard dog sounds, surveillance cameras, watching the police as they did the raid.
Yep.
And when the police returned a few days later, they found a note which simply read, "Don't search." I won't read the French.
Yeah. Ne cherchez pas.
Ne cherchez pas. I would have said, "Thou shalt not pass," but
just some sort of catacombs version of
Lord of the Rings, yeah. Gandalf, the Catacombs Gandalf.
Yeah. just a French guy.
Yeah. Gandalf. Gandalf. It'd be German Gandalf.
King of State in the office. Just be a French Gandalf. What?
What did you say? So some chambers are rumoured to host esoteric rituals with symbols painted on the wall. Visitors have reported strange sensations, cold drafts and ghostly apparitions near the areas. Now there's also a report of a faceless man, said to be a ghostly figure with no discernible features, facial features, just a smooth, blank surface where a face should be. He's often described as tall, silent, dressed in dark clothing, blending into the shadows. Much like you.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Only more handsome.
Yeah, whereas me, I'm just like a balloon on top of clothing.
Witnesses claimed he watches them silently from the corners of the tunnel, vanishing when they approach. Now, there are theories behind this legend. Some believe he's the spirit of a miner or quarry worker who died before the catacombs became an ossuary. Others think he's a manifestation of fear itself. And you said I was dramatic.
Yeah.
Appearing to those who are lost or disorientated. A few cataphiles suggest he's a guardian of forbidden zones, warning intruders to turn back. Explorers have described feeling watched, followed by glimpses of a faceless silhouette. Some say they've heard footsteps echoing behind them, only to find no one there. I would imagine it might be quite echoey anyway in there, so it could be their own footsteps that they're hearing. A few claim to have seen him standing motionless near blocked-off passages as if guarding something. Now, the faceless man has become a symbol of the unknown dangers lurking in the catacombs. He inspired short stories, horror games, and even fan favourites linking him to other faceless entities like Slender Man. Whether he's a ghost, a hallucination, or a metaphor for the fear of being lost underground, the faceless man does add a chilling layer to the catacombs' mystique. Now, there's also a claim that there is a spectral tour guide dressed in 18th century clothing. He reportedly leads lost visitors through the tunnels only to disappear before they reach the exit. And that, I mean, I don't think there's any tour guides down there, but it could just be somebody wearing 18th century clothing.
Yeah. Who has a door conveniently stashed to one side that he slips out of
near
the exit.
He just throws a cloak over himself and a mask to make himself look faceless. Whoa, you can't find me.
Yeah.
So that is the Paris Catacombs. Really creepy.
Yeah. Now, you see, I quite like the look of the catacombs and the sound of them. And quite recently, my favourite band actually recorded a live thing in the catacombs where you get to hear all the kind of strange sounds and noises.
Actually, in the catacombs in Paris?
Yeah, Queens of the Stone Age.
I haven't checked that out
Are
yet.
you not familiar with this?
No?
Yeah, it's live from Paris Catacombs. It's brilliant as well.
I will have to check that out.
Very, very clever. And
So apparently bands can put on shows, and was it a legal show
oh yeah, but it took them years to
get permission? No, I'd
to
imagine.
get permission to actually go and do it, and they had to do it in certain places and in a certain way. But they had like additional performers with them, like violinists, cellists, people like that, and yeah.
Okay.
Obviously, it's not exactly paranormal, but at one point you do see Slenderman standing behind Josh there. No, I'm kidding you.
Oh, yeah, that wasn't Slender Man, it's the Faceless Man.
No, well, yeah. The slender faceless man.
Yeah.
If you look closely, you can see him singing.
Yeah. He does a solo, I believe, doesn't he?
Yeah. He's just like it's like a silent singer.
Yeah, his favourite strings on his guitar were the slinky ones from Ernie Ball. Back to the catacombs.
Yeah. I didn't realise you weren't aware of that one.
No, I didn't. Yeah, I wasn't aware. Yeah,
it's really cool because the whole thing, the sounds that they get off of the, it's all the bones and stuff. The walls are.
Yeah, there's entire chambers where you basically just walk on piles of bones.
Yeah. But, I mean, anyone who's not, like, even if you're not a fan of the Queens of the Stone Age sound and everything, it's worth checking out that just so you can see glimpses of the catacombs and the sounds of the dripping water and everything that you get, the natural sounds from there. It's fascinating.
Also, on that note, this episode of Scariest Places on Earth is available on YouTube. I will pop a link in the description for anybody who wants to watch the episode. It's about 25 minutes in, so you can skip over the rest.
Out of you.
Yeah.
Scaring generations to come.
Yeah, I'm going to let my daughter watch it next. Oh no, Daddy, don't.
If there's one thing I can pass down from generation to generation, it's fear.
It's the fear of French tight spaces.
Sacre bleu.
Type French spaces. I mean, I remember watching it. I'll be honest, I've watched it again a couple of times since. It doesn't creep me out as much now. But
no.
First time I watched it, yeah. First time I watched it, I mean, 2000, it was 25 years ago. So I would have been a lot younger.
Teens.
Yeah. Mid to late teens. It makes me sound like a big wuss when I say I was scared and get nightmares.
I was 20 at the time and it scared me.
I was 43 and I had nightmares. But yeah, we'll keep that a short one today. So that was the Paris Catacombs. Big shout out to all the poltergeists out there. Got to keep this going.
Yeah, poltergeists, There's about 100,000 of you, so, prove me wrong.
But anyway, that was the Paris Catacombs. I've been Paul.
I'm Rob.
Thank you very much for joining us again, and we will catch you all on the next. Stay spooky. Ooh. Yeah. I forgot to hit record. So picture this, if you will, a young, curious, inspired future paranormal enthusiast. And your favourite podcaster, that's me, by the way.
So who's the young paranormal enthusiast?
Again, Microphone needs to be in front of your mouth.
Who's I'm not used to this one. I'm used to just being sat with the other microphone. Jeez. So who's the inspired future paranormal enthusiast that you mentioned here then?
That's me, obviously.
Well, who's your favourite podcaster?
That's me, obviously. Your favourite podcaster, not you personally, the listener.
Oh, so it's only one person. There's no two different people.
No, it's just one person. It's a story about me.
Okay. Ignore me then. I was reading it like two.
I'm going to start again. Picture this, if you will.